Ready to go.
All right, YouTube, welcome back to another show, and we are here with the official referee of the Underground Arm Wrestling League, Mr. Ward Drake. Ward Drake, how are you doing today, my friend?
Not bad. And yourself?
Oh, I'm pretty good, pretty fair. Here in Manitoba, we've experienced all 4 seasons in the last 12 hours, so that's great. And we're back to winter again.
Yeah, it's fairly white here at my place.
Yeah. Well, buddy, you are the official referee for the Underground Arm Wrestling League. How are you feeling about doing that, taking on that task?
I think it'll be a good time. Be better once restrictions lift a bit and we can have some more actual matches.
Now, how do you feel about being the only referee in the UAWL for the first event? Because normally we have a downside ref, and we could do that, but then we wouldn't have a camera person. So,
yeah, no, it'll be fine. I mean, it'll go as it goes. You know what I mean? I'll try and make the calls, but you know, without a downside, it's not going to be as easy.
No, certainly not. And you're going to be refereeing a total of 8 matches, 8 super matches. So potentially, it could be a long day.
It could be.
Yeah, and we're going to be recording all of them for later release. But you're going to be the one guy. Well, me and you are going to be the 2 guys that are here for the entire duration of it. So it will be entertaining for us. Could be stressful for us. What message do you have? Well, first of all, let's talk about the rule set. Now, you being the head ref, I know the answer to this, but I'll ask you, what are the key differences in the rules between, say, the CAWF and this rule set?
Well, you streamlined some of it. You got running fouls, no ready goes, and
just it's a go, not a ready go. So
right.
It takes away a lot of the timing, but go on.
And you've got keep your upper arm parallel to the table, no dipping below the table.
And did we clarify if that was in a losing position?
Yes, that's only in a losing position or straight up. When you're in a winning position, you're allowed to dip below the table somewhat.
Yes. And the only reason for that is through all the research that I've done, there are many, many times and many examples that I've been able to find of guys that were pulling in a hook or a top roll, pinning their opponent, and the angle of their upper arm is in a downward degree.
Downward degree, I agree, yes.
So you're not always in a king's move when that happens.
No.
Yeah. Now, you've got a bunch of matches. You know who they all are. Who do you think is going to be the most challenging for you?
To ref?
Yeah.
I think the new guys, just because they don't know the rule set yet.
Now, who do you consider the new guys? Because I could argue that there's one of those in every match.
No, the lightweight guys, both those guys have been arm wrestling for a while.
Yeah. Spencer's been around for a few years.
Spencer's been around.
But your middleweight,
Curtis hasn't done much for tournament time. He's done a couple. Tanner's been around. In the heavyweight guys, Jeff's been around for a while, but Ben's green.
Yeah, Ben is the newest of the bunch for sure.
The toughest 2 to arm wrestle or to ref, I think, are going to be the women's. Both those girls like to get the setup.
It's almost refreshing, isn't it? Because previously, women were the easiest to ref because they would just come up, they would plant their elbow, and they would take their grip, and you'd say go. Now they're fighting for it a little bit more.
Yes.
So women are starting to really be students of the sport and you see it more frequently that they're actually going for it and trying to win the setup as well as the match.
Both those women are very experienced and are going to not want to give anything up on the setup.
Absolutely. And I know I can't get you to make a prediction because you are the ref and you are supposed to be unbiased. But how interesting is it that you have Christy, who has been training so hard against Brittany, that we don't know what she's been doing?
No, she hasn't been on social media at all. So maybe she's training hard. We don't know.
Her social media went dark. And yeah. So there's a great unknown. Actually, there's a great unknown amongst all these guys because Jeff has some experience. But Ben Clausen, I mean, I keep hearing that kid's name.
He's supposed to be super strong.
Now, the only thing he'll have to overcome is the real match atmosphere versus the practice atmosphere.
Right. And that's a big difference.
We'll see if his coaches have been doing a good job of preparing him for the coming matches. So what do you think, Wardo? What else do you want to talk about? Well, we got you on here.
I don't know.
You've been traveling around a little bit throughout the province, right?
Yep.
Should we talk about that or should we not talk about that?
Well, it's in the province, so it's all good.
You did referee a couple weeks ago.
I did, yes.
Yes, there was a super match. I believe it was Zach Gauthier and Matt Schultz.
Yeah, both them guys. Matt really, you could tell it was not used to the ref setup and forgot to start. You know, they've been doing lots of practicing, but it's just a big difference when you have a guy telling you have to have your wrist straight and then all of a sudden you start.
Bingo, 100%. And if guys are practicing properly, and that's the key, and I believe it will be the key with Ben as well, if they're practicing properly and not just cheating to win the practice match,
yeah,
they'll be way better, way farther ahead in a real match situation than if they were to come in there and just be like a fish out of water because they're not used to this fair setup.
I think that's going to be a problem with a couple of the guys, but we'll see. You know, maybe they have been practicing properly and we'll be used to a proper setup. Yeah.
Now, Wardo, just so people know, what are your credentials as a referee?
I'm a level 2 certified CAWF ref. Been reffing for 15-ish, like about the same as you, 15 plus years. Refed at nationals on the Masters downside one year. Refed lots of provincials and lots of other small tournaments.
Now, just to give everybody an idea of how difficult it is to get to level 2, how many of them are there in Manitoba?
You and I believe.
Well, I'm a level 3.
You're
fella.
level 3?
Yeah. But yeah, I believe you are the only other one that's level 2 or higher. And we have no master referees.
No.
And we have a number of people that have attempted their level 1 and 2 and came up short.
Yeah, I attempted my level 3, but didn't get it that year. I'm going to try for it again yet.
Yeah. Well, it took me a few tries as well. And it's not easy. They make it hard on you.
They do. You're right.
Yeah. And I would argue that in Canada, the refereeing curriculum and levels is harder than anywhere else in the world.
You're probably right, because we have a bunch of master referees that want everything to be perfect.
Yeah, that's right. And I would argue that a level 3 in Canada is a master at the world level.
So that's saying a lot.
Yeah. All right, my friend. Well, I'm really looking forward to the weekend.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm glad you're going to be a part of it. And we'll see you this Saturday.
You bet. We'll talk to you then.
Yes, that's a bet!